Hello everyone, my name is Smithy and welcome to my guide on Mahogany Homes. So, first things first, what is Mahogany Homes? Well, it's a mini game for training the construction skill. Pretty simple. Instead of building stuff in your own player-owned house, you're going around Gillinor repairing and rebuilding different NPCs' houses around the map. But don't worry, it's not all over Gillinor. It's in 4 different locations. You've got Falador, Varrock, Hosidius, and Ardougne. So, there's 4 teleports that we need. One is Ardougne, so we've got law runes and water runes. Falador, law runes, air, and water. Varrock, which is law, air, fire. And for Hosidius, you can use the Xerox talisman and use the Glade telly on there. I've got it in my player-owned house mounted on the wall, so we're going to be using that for getting to Hosidius. Pretty simple. You charge up a Xerox talisman with Lisbon fangs, or you mount it in your house. Happy days. So, getting onto the setup. Now, right now, I've got all of the stuff pretty much that's useful from Mahogany Homes. You see, I've got the Carpenter's outfit. This gives a XP boost while you're wearing it, similar to most skilling outfits in the game. While you don't have this, replace it with Graceful because we're going to be running around quite a lot. I've then got a crafting cape. You don't need that either. You can replace it with a Graceful. And then you'll just need some way of getting to a bank pretty quickly. With the crafting cape teleport, it's rather nice. It drops you right by a bank as shown here. You've got a bank just there. That's why I'm using the crafting cape. Also, kind of looks good with the old fit. I've then got a mud battle staff because that is water and earth runes, which I highly recommend bringing a staff to make up the other rune that you're not carrying. In my rune pouch, I've got air, earth, and fire, as well as law runes for obviously for teleports. So a staff that is going to give you, in my case, water. But you can reshuffle this based on what staves you have available to you. What else have I got? I've got the Explorer's Ring 4. The Explorer's Ring's great because you can recharge your energy on the fly, which you've got 3 of those charges a day with the Elite. I then have an Amy's Saw, but don't worry about that. You do not need that straight out the gates. You can just use a normal saw, and in your inventory, you'd replace like one of your planks that you've got with a normal saw. And then, yeah, Graceful gloves because there's no carpenter gloves, pretty much. I've just got a Rada's Blessing. No real reason. It's just chilling there. It was an empty slot. But to go to our inventory, main things you're going to need: hammer, saw, your teleports, planks, and steel bars. I have a plank sack as well, which is a reward from Mahogany Homes, which allows you to store 28 planks in it. I highly recommend you unlock that first once you start getting some points. It's going to make the rest of the grind that little bit easier. And then hammer, if you, like I said, if you don't have the Amy saw, you can use, you'd have a saw here, your rune pouch. I always bring 4 steel bars, and then I fill up the rest of my inventory with the planks that I'm using. One really nice thing about Amy saw, though, and you can tie this in with the Imcado hammer as well. So you can actually replace the hammer with the excess runes that you don't have. Or if you've got all your teleports in your house, happy days, just have a house teleport. You can get the Imcado hammer and you can equip that in your weapon slot or your shield slot, and then Amy's saw in the other slot. So you can have a saw and a hammer in both hands, so you can get rid of 2 inventory slots through that way. That makes things that little bit easier. But let's actually get into the mini game. What do you need to do? Where do you need to go? What's all this construction all about? Now there are Mahogany Homes contract offices is what we're going to call them, all around Gillinor in the 4 locations that we're going to be doing Mahogany Homes in. So, for example, in Ardougne, you've got, by the estate agent here, you've got Mahogany Homes. Then if we come over to Falador, you've got the main Mahogany Homes contract office here, which is where you can actually buy your rewards, which I'll show you in a minute. And then if we... I didn't want to close that. And then if we head over to Varrock, we have the one here, Mahogany Homes, just never east of the castle. And then we also have one over in Hosidius. Let's see if I come all the way over here. Where are we? There we go. You've got another one just north of the town. So you've got one just here. So let's head over to Falador, because that is where our main office is, where we can pick up our tasks, and I'll show you all the different unlocks that you can get as well. So we teleported him. We're just running northeast. Oh no, sorry, nether east, shredded southeast, and you've got the main office here where Amy is, which the saw is named after. So rewards wise, you've got plank sack, Amy's saw. You've got supply crates, which are kind of useful if you're out of supplies. The Hosidius blueprints, don't worry about that for now. And then you've got the outfit as well, which is 4 pieces: helmet, top, legs, boots. I'd recommend going for the plank sack first. I then went for the outfit to get that out of the way, and then I've got Amy's saw. So the idea is that this will make your life a lot easier. You're not going to have to bank as much. This is going to give you more XP, and then Amy's saw, bit of quality of life. You can start having more planks, more steel bars in your inventory as you're going through. So contract-wise, if we go contracts, you've got level 20, you can do novice contracts, which are normal planks, I believe. No, sorry, beginner's normal. Novice is oak. Adept is teak. And expert is mahogany. So I've burnt through all my mahogany planks, so at the moment I'm doing teaks. So let's do ourselves an adept contract, which requires 50 construction. So we're going to select that. Amy's going to give us a contract to go to Ardougne and Jess's house. And what you can do as well is when you come back to get your next contract, you can actually do a last tier contract. You don't need to keep going through that dialogue. Recommend holding shift, right clicking and swapping. So if I do, don't let me do reset. So by default, it's talking to Amy. Right click, swap left, change it to last tier. And then you've not got to go through a load of dialogue every bloody time. It's really annoying. Anyway, Ardougne. Let's teleport over to Ardougne. We can already see I've got 2 plugins on, I believe. I've got Mahogany Homes, as you can see here, Mahogany Homes, and this is how I've got it set up. And I've got Plank Sack, literally just showing an info box. So get both of these set up on your rune light. Highly recommend them. They're going to make your life a lot easier. And yeah, so we can already see up here on the little UI that we need 12 to 15 planks and 0 to 1 steel bars. So if you are midway through a trip and you've done, well, with this setup, I can get 3 or 4 contracts done. You can quickly check, do I have enough stuff on me? If not, teleport to a bank, quickly load up again and get ready to go. So for this one, we're going to climb up the ladder. And we're going to see everything is highlighted that we need to repair. And with the recent construction changes, we don't need to go for a UI here either. We just click very quickly, click once, click twice, click once, click twice. You even spam click it as well, is what I like to do. Repair all of these. Bang, bang, bang. Remove drawers. Yep. Oh, no. We'll repair a clock while we're ripping it apart, and then repair the bath. And then once we've done all of the different tasks that they want us to do, we speak to the NPC whose house it is. They'll say, "Good job, mate." You'll say, "Thanks." They'll give you some XP. They'll say, "Do you want a cup of tea?" Always say yes, because that replenishes your run energy, which is really, really nice. Now, if we go downstairs, we don't need to go back to Falador because we're right by another estate agent. So we can come in here. Again, you'll need to shift, right-click, change the options on each of the different contractors. But you've got Ellie in here. Last contract that I had assigned. We're now going to Hosidius. So let's teleport to my house. You would use Zerik's talisman if you've not got it in your house. And I've got it over here. So teleport menu. Zerik's Glade. And this drops us right in the heart of Hosidius, which you've got one house that's this one here, and then there's like 3 that are around here that you can do as well. They will slightly change the houses based on what level of contract you're doing, but that's all right. The teak contracts and the mahogany contracts are actually very similar XP rates, to be fair. You get 2,300 for the teak ones, 2,700 for a mahogany one. So, like I said, I ran out of mahoganies, so I switched over to teaks. I'm not really noticing much difference on my XP rates. It's about 120k XP an hour doing teaks, so that's not bad at all. And repair all these. There we go. Drop downstairs. I always like to leave the table last because it's right by where the NPC is. So we come in here. Get that done. And there we go. Speak to Mariah. That's another task completed. And again, there's another estate agent just chilling over here that we can go in and get ourselves another contract. So I believe for the teak ones, you actually get 4 points per contract. Let me quickly get up the wiki and I can see if I can get the each tier's points. So there's loads of really good information on the wiki page for Mahogany Homes, but for a beginner you get 2 points, novice 3 points, adept, which is the teaks, 4 points, expert, mahogany, 5 points. And that scales with XP. You get 500 for beginner, 1250 for a novice, 2250 for an adept, and 2750 for a expert as well. Yeah, that is pretty much all there is to Mahogany Homes. Really, really good addition to the game. It's been in for a while now, but the little quality of life with the being able to offhand tools, so you can do it with a broomer torch, Imcardo hammer, and the Amy's sword. There's probably bound to be other ones as well. Really, really helpful. Really, really helpful. But I hope you guys have found this video useful. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing for more guides like this. And let me know in the comments, how's the construction going? You going for 99 or you got a set goal? I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like for keeping our algorithm overlords happy. And see you all in the next one. Bye.